All right. So determine the correct answer to the question below and explain how you know. So, what series of transformations would map ABC onto A prime, A double prime, B double prime, C double prime? All right. So, take a moment, look from here to here. How did we get there? Well, did we reflect followed by a rotation? Let's look at it. Well, did we reflect down and then rotate? No, we didn't do that. Did we translate and then rotate? Nope. Did we reflect and then translate? Yes. Okay. And it is important, like, how you got there. It's kind of like going, hey, I want to go from here to Zaxby's on 124. Well, there's like 4 different ways that you can get there. So you got to make sure that you let somebody know how to go. Like, so transformations are really about movement and how you move, in what order you move, that kind of thing. Okay, so today we're going to really kind of focus on some practice and be able to actually clearly use all 3 different rigid motions. Okay, so if you haven't been paying attention up to this point, today is a day to like kind of catch up. Okay, so we want to rotate a triangle ABC 180 degrees. Okay, so let's take this triangle. This is the most beautiful triangle you've ever did see. Boom. Okay, we're gonna make our lives a little easier. Okay, and we're gonna rotate this about the origin 180 degrees. Now, rotation for this, the rule is to take your X and Y and then change the sign. So we're going to take each of these points and change the sign. Now, some of these might stay the same. Okay. Like for instance, 0, 0 is going to stay the same. 4, 0. When we change the sign of that, that's going to give us negative 4, 0. When we change 2, 2, that's going to become negative 2, negative 2. It's down here. Ta-da! Okay. I would use my tools up at the top in order to draw all this stuff. You can draw lines, you can put points. Okay. Reflect a rectangle DEFG across the x-axis and the y-axis. Let's take a rectangle. I said DEFG. And we want to reflect it across the x and then the y. So there's 2 transformations that happen here. Okay. We're really only focused about the end product. But if we reflect across the x-axis, F is just going to stay right here. Okay. But if we reflect it across the y-axis, it's going to go over there. But we're just going to keep it for right now here. Okay. When we reflect E, it's going to be 2 away from the x-axis. So on the opposite side, it's going to be 2 away. Same thing is going to happen here. This is going to stay in the same spot. When you reflect over the x-axis and that point lies on the x-axis, it's just going to stay put. Okay. D is 2 points away, so it's going to go 2 points away from the x-axis down here. Okay. And now we're going to flip this over the y-axis. Okay, so this is 1 unit away from the y-axis, so it's going to be 1 unit away over the y-axis on the other side. This is 4 units away on the from the y-axis. It's going to be 4 on the other side. 1 away from here. And 4 away from there. So this is going to be my final answer. This is the post image. Okay. And now your picture could look a little different, but you still just want to make that transformation of reflect, reflect. Notice how this was the same thing as this. Double reflection was the same thing as taking a rotation. Okay, so reflecting across the X and then the Y is the same thing as taking the rotation of 180 degrees. I would write that down. Okay, a reflection of triangle ABC across Y equals X. Now remember, the line Y equals X runs through here. Sorry, it's not super straight. Okay, this is the line Y equals X. Okay, and if you're ever unsure, you can just plug it into Desmos and that shows you the line. Okay, so, so we're gonna take a triangle. Okay, we're gonna plot a triangle. I'm gonna do, just checking if you're awake, you know. I'm gonna plot this. That's my triangle. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reflect across the line Y equals X. Remember, our rule for this is going to be Y comma X. So we're gonna switch our X and Y. Okay, so this point right here is 1 comma 6. So this is gonna be 6 comma 1. Okay, so 1 comma 6 is now going to be 6 comma 1. Let me rewrite that. Okay, and then this point right here, which is 2, 8, is now going to be 8, 2. This point right here, which is 3 comma 6, is now 6, 3. Okay, but we want to translate right 2 and down 1. So now that we've got this new, we're going to perform another transformation. And remember, translation is just where you move something to wherever spot. So we're going to add 2 to the right and 1 down. So we're going to add 2 and then subtract 1. So 6 plus 2 is going to give me 8. I'm just going to write over here and then I'll erase in a second. And 1 minus 1 is going to give me 0. So this is going to be 8, 0. This one I'm going to add 2 and subtract 1. This one I'm going to add 2, subtract 1. Ta-da! Okay, and the red one would be my final image. Okay, I'm gonna clear. Okay, so rotate a rectangle, wow. Counterclockwise 90 degrees and then reflect across the x-axis. Okay, so we're gonna take some box. Let's do right here. Let's do some negatives. Okay. Wow, best box of your life. Okay, remember this means counterclockwise. Okay, so let's list out all of our points. We've got -7 comma -4. We've got -4 comma -4. We've got -7 comma -7. We've got -4 comma -7. Fantastic. Okay, now we want to do this counterclockwise. If you're unsure of the rules, okay, and at some point you need to have these memorized, okay, but 90 degrees counterclockwise is going to be switch your X and Y and then change your Y value. Okay, so coming back over here, my rule, nope, JK. My rule is switch your X and Y and then change your Y. Okay. Easiest way to memorize these rules is, I always forget these until we start going back over this unit. Easiest way to memorize these is to practice. That's going to be the easiest way. Okay. It's kind of like learning how to throw a football. Okay. You don't learn how to throw a football by just like staring at it. Actually, I have to practice with it. Right. Okay. So we're going to switch our X and our Y and then change our Y. So we're going to switch our X and Y and then change that. We're going to switch our X and Y and then change that one. We're going to switch our X and Y and change that one. We're going to switch our X and Y and then change that one. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and plot this one and then do the X axis, because remember, we got to do that second part. Okay. So for -7, for -4. Ooh, I don't know what that was. 4, -4, 4, -7, 7, -4, 7, -7. Okay, so there's a rotation. Okay, and then we want to reflect across the x-axis. So we're looking at how far away it is from this x-axis. Remember, this is the x, this is the y-axis. So from here to here, that's 4 units. So that means that it's going to be 4 units up here. Right here, it's 7 units. So it's going to be 7 units up here. Same thing over here, 4 units away from here. That's going to be here. And 7 units away from there. Okay, remember the rule for reflecting across the x-axis is to change the sign of your y value. And that's exactly what we did. So if you're a rule follower or if you like to memorize a bunch of rules, that's how you could go about doing that. Okay. Transformation maze. This is probably going to be the biggest help. I'm trying to see if I can get y'all to up. Okay. So what I'd like for you to do. Oh, well, there's the key. Okay, so what I would like for you to do is I'd like for you to get some practice on this. Okay. I'm gonna give you the actual maze and then have those answers kind of posted so that you can make sure that you're good to go. You are going to turn this in. Obviously, I already know what the answers are. Okay. I mean, like that, the answers are right here. So I'm not really concerned with what your answers are. I'm more concerned with, did you understand how to get there? Okay. So you're going to submit this into your Google Classroom. Okay. So you're going to submit this into your Google Classroom. Okay. Again, I already know the answer. I don't care about that. Can you write out the rule? Do you know where these points would be, etc.? Okay. Go back to this slide. And then I want you to answer this question. What transformations are rigid motions and why? So determine the transformations from the triangle ABC to DEF. Okay, write your answer in here. Okay, so you're going to just open up a text box and then write your answer in here. I know a lot of y'all were struggling with Desmos. I don't know why that's showing that way. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So if you're still struggling with getting on the Desmos, that's fine as long as you watch the video. I really just want to make sure that you know by the end of the week how to do rotations, reflections, and translations. Okay, that's my goal this week, is for you to be able to do that. Okay, you gotta know how to do this in order to move on to the next stuff. Okay, So get some practice today. Again, you're submitting, you're answering this question. You're also submitting this document filled out, not the maze. I don't care about the maze. That's for you to check your answers. This work is what I'm worried about. Okay. So I'm going to make a copy of this into your Google Classroom. All right. Y'all have a good day.